Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Today, I'm taking you on a truly fascinating journey. Together, we'll discover the mysterious and colorful world of the Egyptian gods. If you love ancient history, myths, and curiosities from the past, you're in the right place. Get ready, because I'll guide you through the most important deities like Ra, Anubis, and Osiris, but also many other extraordinary figures from the Egyptian pantheon. Let's dive right in. The ancient Egyptians are famous for building giant pyramids, for the mystery of mummies, and for a fascinating civilization that still intrigues us today. But one of the most captivating aspects of their culture is their complex world of gods. Egyptian gods were numerous, colorful, with incredible powers and strange forms. Some looked human, while others had animal heads. Imagine the sun rising every morning over the golden deserts of Egypt. For the ancient Egyptians, the sun was much more than just a star. It was the source of all life. And representing it was Ra, the most important god of all. Ra was often depicted as a man with a falcon head and a solar disk on top. He was considered the creator of everything that exists: humans, animals, plants, and even the other gods. Every day, Ra traveled across the sky on a magical boat called the Man-Jet. This journey represented the cycle of life: birth, sunset, and rebirth. At night, Ra embarked on a dangerous journey through the underworld, the Duat. There, he battled Apophis, the giant serpent of chaos, who tried to prevent the sun from rising again. This nightly journey symbolized the ongoing struggle between order and chaos. Ra was also at the center of the state religion. The pharaoh was considered the son of Ra, and had the duty to maintain Marat, the cosmic order, on earth. Over time, Ra was merged with other powerful gods, like Ammonius, becoming Ammonius Ra, one of the most adored and powerful deities in Egyptian history. Now let's talk about Anubis, the jackal-headed god, easily recognizable thanks to his mysterious appearance. Wild canines like jackals were often seen roaming near cemeteries, which is why Anubis became closely associated with death and the protection of tombs. Anubis had a sacred role. He was responsible for mummification and for guiding souls on their journey to the afterlife. During funeral rituals, it was believed that Anubis presided over the weighing of the heart in the Hall of Two Truths. Here, the heart of the deceased was weighed against the feather of Marat, the symbol of truth and justice. If the heart was pure and light, the soul could access eternal life. If it was heavy with guilt, the heart would be devoured by Ammit, a monster with the head of a crocodile, the body of a lion, and the back of a hippopotamus. Anubis was also invoked to protect the bodies of the dead from desecration and curses. He was seen as a merciful god, ready to help the souls of the deceased find their place in the afterlife. To ensure his favor, the Egyptians often buried amulets depicting Anubis alongside the dead. If Anubis is the protector of the dead, Osiris is the absolute ruler of the realm of the dead. His image is powerful and full of symbolism. A mummified man with green skin, the color of rebirth and fertility, wearing a white and red crown and holding a scepter representing his authority. The legend of Osiris is one of the most touching in Egyptian mythology. Osiris was originally the king of Egypt, loved for his wisdom and justice. But his brother Seth, jealous of his power, tricked him and murdered him, locking him in a chest and throwing it into the Nile. Isis, Osiris's wife, found his body and, with the help of magic and the god Thoth, managed to bring him back to life. After his resurrection, Osiris did not return to the world of the living but became the sovereign of the afterlife, supreme judge of souls. Egyptians believed that every deceased person had to face Osiris's judgment to gain eternal life. If deemed worthy, they would join him in the fields of Yaru, a kind of paradise where souls lived in eternal peace. Osiris was not only the god of the dead but also the symbol of resurrection, hope, and the continuity of life. The cycle of nature, the sprouting, dying, and rebirth of crops, was seen as a manifestation of his eternal presence. Although Ra, Anubis, and Osiris are the main figures, the Egyptian pantheon is full of other fascinating characters. Isis, goddess of magic and protection, wife of Osiris and mother of Horus, was beloved as the protector of children and families. She was considered the ideal mother, capable of great magic, and was said to have taught humans agriculture and medicine. Horus, god of the sky, was often represented as a falcon or a man with a falcon's head. As the son of Osiris and Isis, he symbolized royal power and justice. After defeating Seth in a long and dramatic battle, Horus became the symbol of the pharaoh himself. Seth, Osiris's evil brother, was the god of chaos, storms, and war. He was feared but also respected, as he represented the destructive force that, if controlled, could be useful. In some periods, Seth was even considered the protector of desert caravans. Thoth, god of writing, wisdom, and magic, had the head of an ibis or a baboon. He created hieroglyphs and was the secretary of the gods. Thoth was considered the measurer of time and the patron of scribes, essential for maintaining knowledge and balance. Bastet, protective goddess of the home and fertility, had a feline appearance and was associated with sweetness but also with strength. She was originally a warrior goddess but later became a symbol of domestic protection, music, and dance. Hathor, goddess of love, music, and joy, was represented as a cow or a woman with horns and a solar disk. She was the goddess of motherhood and welcome into the afterlife. Sekhmet, goddess of war and epidemics, was represented as a lioness. She was considered Ra's destructive weapon, sent to Earth to punish humanity when it disobeyed the gods. Ptah, creator god of Memphis, was the patron of craftsmen and architects. He was depicted as a mummified man holding the scepter of life, stability, and power. Nephthys, sister of Isis, was associated with the protection of the dead and funeral rites. She was often seen as a silent but fundamental figure during funerary ceremonies. Sobek, the crocodile-headed god, was associated with the Nile and fertility. He was worshipped for his strength but also feared for his ferocity. Khnum, the ram-headed god, was believed to have created humans on his potter's wheel. He was linked to creation and the Nile's flood, seen as a divine craftsman shaping souls before birth. Taweret, the hippopotamus goddess, was the protector of pregnant women and childbirth. She was often depicted with comical but reassuring features to ward off evil spirits. Bes, a dwarf-like god with a funny yet fierce appearance, was the protector of households, children, and mothers in labor. Despite his amusing look, he was a powerful defender against evil. The Egyptian gods were connected to every aspect of life. From birth to death, from farming to the sun, from storms to writing. Each city had its own protective deities, and myths often intertwined, overlapped, and evolved over time. Some deities could even merge, creating new forms and cults, showing how lively and dynamic Egyptian religion was. The beauty of the Egyptian world lies in this living complexity, full of colors and symbols, where every natural element and event had a profound meaning. Everything had a purpose, maintaining Marat, the great universal order. I hope this journey into the Egyptian pantheon helped you discover how fascinated the ancient Egyptians were by the mystery of life and death, and how they turned their beliefs into stories that still speak to us today about courage, hope, and rebirth. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and get ready to explore new mysteries of ancient history. See you next time.